Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the KLH Kendalls. What the... If I put less than 20 watts in these animals, they'll never trust me again. Stand down. Stand down. Hey, what did I just say? Model 5, I see you. Back up. Stay right there. Good. All right, good. Oh, shit. The KLH Kendalls. I've been critically listening to these for a few months now, so let's cover a handful of topics today. The build quality, the sound, equipment pairings, shortcomings, and how do these compare to the top-end KLH offering, the Model 5. First, we can take a look at the speaker itself. During initial glances and pictures, they can seem a bit plain, but upon closer inspection, you can appreciate the small details with the Kendalls. We have a real wood veneer, applied well. In this example, we have black oak, but you can also get these in walnut. A brushed metal faceplate over the metal dome tweeter, KLH logo laser etched into the faceplate. The brushed metal accent is a nice touch, and it follows the design into the mid-range and woofers. They share the same brushed metal covers. The woofers are made of Kevlar material and give a nice accent color to the all-black cabinet. The included grille is magnetic, as it should be. Seriously, why is this not standard on all speakers yet? If we turn them around, we can see that it's a back-ported design, which is typical in this configuration. Below that, we have the speaker terminals. They're nice, feel good, and have a little bit of weight to them. The base of the speaker is a bit plain. I think it would have been a good opportunity to jazz the speaker up a bit. Instead, it's just kind of a pedestal. The good news here is that this base does offer 2 feet options. I was surprised to find both chrome-plated spikes and rubber feet as options for decoupling. Now onto the sound quality. This is where it gets interesting and made me think deep about high-end speakers in general. Everyone knows that when it comes to buying speakers, cost versus performance is not a linear scale. There's a certain dollar amount that gets you into the door with most of the performance, let's just say 80%. Maybe not the build quality that ultra high-end brings, but for the most part that plays second fiddle to the sound. As you move up the ladder, to get beyond the 80% performance, it costs exponentially more money for small increments in sound improvement. While I do appreciate these high-end designs and enjoy the craftsmanship and work that goes into them, it's nice to see an example like the Kendall that really brings you a speaker that makes you question, is this enough? Placement of the Kendalls was simple. It caught me off guard how locked in the imaging was with my first attempt. My findings were minimal toe in required, and the soundstage and depth increased as I pulled them out, but at the expense of some of the low end. I found the imaging to be pinpoint and the separation very wide. It's a super easy speaker to drive as well, coming in with a sensitivity of 96 dB. It houses a metal dome tweeter, but like the Model 5, it really doesn't feel like one. There's a lot of detail, but not over-the-top brightness like many detail speakers suffer from. This speaker boasts a low end of 25 Hz, and maybe it gets close to this, but certainly not the area I would highlight with this package. It's the vocal clarity and cleanliness of the mid-range that really paints the picture for me. Clear and black backgrounds, detailed vocals, and phenomenal mid-range that adds a bit of sweetness to the whole package. As far as equipment matching, I decided to approach this with 3 different setups. The first is with the Audiolab 6000A and its internal DAC. The 6000A produces 50 watts into 2 at 8 ohms and 75 into 4. Second, I went vintage, pairing it with a Pioneer SX780 and a Shipmodius DAC. It pushes 45 watts per channel. Third, I went with the budget AIMA A07 paired with a SMSL SU8S DAC. The A07 has roughly 48 watts per channel of Class D power. 3 different pairings with 3 different sounds. The Audiolab produced the most balanced sound, even yet punchy. Details and vocals really shined. No issues at all with power. I used the internal DAC as that would likely be the most common with this setup. All 3 of these were paired with the Node streaming Amazon Music. The Pioneer SX paired with the Shipmodius produced a smooth, warm tone that made the mid-range flow out of the drivers. We may have lost a little detail at the very top, but replaced it with a pleasant and easy listen that would never fatigue your ears. Plus we get VU meters, and that has to count for something, right? The AIMA A07 and SMSL SU8S were the most detail focused out of the group. The little amp also had no issues driving these speakers. The highs were a bit crisper, lots of detail that can highlight what these speakers can really do with vocals. This was a pleasant surprise as the amp itself comes in under $100. I won't offer a ranking on these three as I feel that equipment pairing is an individual preference. Some may target the details, others the mid-range and bass. The key is that with different pairings, you can really highlight and change how the drivers perform. Some speakers can be a bit picky and you really need to find the proper pairings, but in this case with the Kendalls, none of these really posed any obvious problems. I would suggest to pair them with the gear that presents the sound signature that you actually prefer. As for some of the shortcomings, not a lot to discuss here. I wouldn't mind the cabinet to offer a little more something. It's well built and would really benefit from a few more design details. I think the easy target might be the bass. It's just a tad too simple for a speaker that offers more than a simple sound. The stated low end of 25 Hz feels like a bit of a reach. It gets low, but it never felt like it was reaching the depths with much volume. It's no slouch in the low range and would be considered a sub-optional speaker. If you have full range sound in mind, you will likely still want to keep that sub around. It's stated that the KLH speaker names reference a location on the MIT campus, Kendall Square in this case, but let's get real here. Kendall, McCoy Kendall, coincidence? I think not. So how does this stack up to the top of the line KLH product, the Model 5? The Kendall competes without a doubt. The placement is easier, the imaging might even be a little more precise. The Model 5 still takes it an overall sound signature, but the upper regions could be the Kendalls for the taking. Tone, how the instruments actually sound, would also go to the Model 5. It just produces a slightly more realistic note. The Model 5 is a fantastic speaker, so the fact that we are comparing them head to head really shows how highly I think of the Kendall value. Some speakers highlight a certain task well and draw a particular crowd based on the sound signature. I found these to be more of a one-size-fits-all. Hits a lot of the marks well without too many misses. KLH was a great company in the past with Henry Kloss, and are once again in a major resurgence in the past few years with the former Klipsch president and now KLH CEO David Kelly. They have a 10-year warranty on their products, they offer great support, they have a great lineup of speaker options, and I feel they are worthy of a good look. I hope this helps you out. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya!